Good evening. My name is Jakis. The time of this video is 7:12 p.m. My thesis statement is organization communication can greatly improve an organization. If you had to choose one of the three classical theories to run a company, which would you select and why? If I had to choose one of the classical theories to run a company, I would choose Taylor's theory of scientific method because it maximizes workers' capacity and profits. The primary focus is on task. There is an equal division of work amongst workers and managers. My thoughts on the articles about Marissa Mayers, the CEO of Yahoo, was that when she became pregnant, she was transforming Yahoo, and she felt that her being pregnant and delivering would not affect her pregnancy or the health of her children. It was also understood that her office and right next door would be her nursery for her kids. I in no way as a man know what women or what she went through. But if I had a child and children as a man, I would take all of my time. And I don't really think that she necessarily made all women or certain women look, I don't say look bad, but I don't think it was meant for women to feel that they cannot take their maternity leave, which is company based. So, as far as reading the humor, discussing the quality for the questions, why is humor particularly prone to create harmony or heartbreak in media organizations? Well, it can lead to meaningless talk, and it's a way to cause trouble and a source of hurt feelings, lawsuits, and misunderstandings. Knowing that increased diversity is a key element of organizational life, how can humor help or harm efforts to exist harmoniously? Humor makes work more sustainable. There is so much information that a person cannot digest, and having cold words makes employees more productive. But on the other hand, this simplification particularly necessary when employees are faced with a confusing situation that can be interpreted or acted on in more ways than one. How can organization members encourage the use of humor in useful ways? So instead of using a name for occurrence as far as an emergency, a firefighter treating a call for a minor headache can, for instance, name the call a frequent flyer. What does symbolism have to do with humor? Symbolism brings a better repertoire and abstract ideas. What is your understanding of system factors? Well, system theory. System theories provides an analytical framework for viewing an organization in general, focuses on environment and how changes can impact the organization. It also broadens the theoretical lens for viewing organization behavior. How does system theory impact today's organizations? System theories impact today's organization by designing to deal with complexity, attempting to do with precise actions and outcomes. At the collective level emerge from actions and interactions of the individuals that make up the collective. Name an organization that we have seen in the last 12 months engaged in public conflicts. What was the name of the organization and what was the conflict? The public conflict that I chose was Equifax. The Equifax breach in 2017 that affected more than 2.4 million people. The people that were affected had their identity stolen, had their credit used, and also had some passports that were changed. They had a previous breach that the company failed to disclose, and it just really had had a misuse as far as the public. Define culture. Culture is the belief, customs, and arts of a particular group or society. In what ways does studying an organization from a cultural perspective differ from more traditional approaches to studying organizations? Researchers in organization culture believe an organization has the same characteristics as the societies they study. Therefore, organization can be understood through a cultural lens. What are the difference between viewing an organization culture as something it has versus something it is? Cultural as variable is an organization culture is something the organization has. Culture as root metaphor perspective treats cultures as something that is. What are the most powerful symbols you have encountered in the culture of UHD? Well, coming from the Vine Street garage, the parking garage, the most powerful symbol of coming into the academic building is seeing the UHD symbol on the academic building. It's just the history of UHD, the small field, the classes that's not as crowded as, let's say, University of Houston or TSU or Sam Houston. Just having that small field, and the students and teachers are very well engaged with each other. And also, what about symbols in the organization you have been a part of? I'm former military. I was in United States Navy, so learning the history of the Navy and seeing the silver anchors with the words USA written on it is one of the best decisions that I've ever made. And so this concludes my video diary 1. And some of the main points that I would like to address would be the Taylor's theory of scientific management and how it focuses on tasks, and how humor actually makes work better for the employer and the employees. Thank you for your time.